the exhilaration that comes with winning it all.
And Clark, you have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.
Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points. And Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
He was literally unstoppable tonight, Ernie. Those defenders that were trying to guard him are going to have nightmares tonight. He put on a clinic on how to break down the defense. With that kind of performance, it's going to be hard to repeat.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut-down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie. Stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut-down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. Came through him. I think he was the number one option, the number two option, number three option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
And he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive. And you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
He was an offensive dynamo for them tonight. The way it was going, you could see sky was the limit for him in terms of scoring. And he didn't stop, at least until he was going to get 40.
Quarter of the game, he came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know
that our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
He wasn't just a big part of their offense tonight. He was their offense. You score like that and that frequency, some people will say you're selfish. You score like that and you win, they call you a hero.
Fourth quarter performance, he really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels. Only too many levels to talk about. Man, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number one option, the number two option, number three option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
And there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number one option, the number two option, number three option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
He had a sensational night shooting. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive. You're creating opportunities. What a spectacle.
Big key to his team's victory here.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight. And they should be proud of him because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit it.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. Scoring bug. Caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.